Good morning, VC. I'd like to talk today about an artist who I don't really hear too much, if anything, in the VC about, and that is Dwight Yoakam. And I'm wearing my Dwight Yoakam t-shirt today. I saw him back in 2018 at Bethel Woods, which is near, it's where the original Woodstock took place. And it was a great tour. It was Dwight Yoakam, Lucinda Williams, Steve Earle, and a new artist I had never heard of, but I think is really cool. I got to get some of the stuff. King Leg. I think I heard Jersey Joey talking about King Leg at some point. I love Dwight Yoakam. What I like about Dwight Yoakam is that he has that traditional country sense because he comes from the school of Buck Owens and that whole Bakersfield sound. But then he added the rockabilly and some rock and roll, and then his own just swagger to the music. And he just has such a unique voice. It's one of those voices that you either like it or you don't like. It's very nasal, but it works for the music. It cuts through the airwaves when you're listening to it on the radio. And I love the sound of Dwight Yoakam. I like the look. I like the arrangements. His guitarist, Pete Anderson, produced a lot of his early albums, and he helped arrange the songs. And they just came out with this killer sound that took over country. And Dwight had so many hits back in the day. Not so many now, but Dwight Yoakam is still making really, really good albums. If you like traditional country, Dwight Yoakam also came out with a whole album as a tribute to Buck Owens. It's called Dwight Sings Buck, and it's amazing. So my point is, if you don't give Dwight Yoakam a lot of love, you really should. I'd like to eventually review some of his albums. 3 of my favorite albums by him. I love If There Was a Way, This Time, and then the album that followed. This was an album called Gone. And here was the ticket stub from when I saw him. This is a killer album too. That whole trilogy, I feel like, and I think I might have to concentrate on those 3 albums. If There Was a Way, This Time, and Gone. It came out in that order, and it was just an amazing trilogy of albums for me. The albums before that were amazing too, but I really think he hit his creative stride with those 3 albums. So today what I want to do is I want to do a top 10, in my opinion, top 10 Dwight Yoakam songs. And hopefully I can turn some people on to Dwight Yoakam if you haven't already listened to him, or if you are like a casual Dwight Yoakam fan, maybe this might get you to dig a little bit deeper. So here we go. Top 10. I'm going to start with 10 and go all the way down to my number 1 choice. So the first song is a song called, coming at number 10, a song called Second Hand Heart, which is off of his latest album. It's such a great song. It's got a John Mellencamp vibe to it in the guitar. I love the way the song is produced, and it just gets stuck in your head. And it just shows you that Dwight is still making great music even now. So Second Hand Heart, number 10. Number 9, This Much I Know. This is a song that comes off the album Gone. Such a tearjerker. It's, one of these My Girl Left Me songs. But there's a beautiful fiddle solo in the middle. And the way Dwight sings it, you just feel his heartbreak. So if you've ever been through a breakup, that song's going to touch a nerve. Track 8, This Time. Wow, this song opens up the album This Time. It's got a great shuffle. You really hear Buck Owens' sound in that song, the way that Dwight pronounces the word time. It almost seems to stretch out that I sound. It's amazing. Love it. Track 7, The Back of Your Hand. Excuse me. This was one off of his later albums called Population Me. And this was not an original. This was written by an artist named Greg Lee Henry. And it's almost like this song was written for Dwight Yoakam. And I'm not sure of the history of it. Maybe it was specifically written for Dwight. But this song is amazing, The Back of Your Hand. The lyrics are just straightforward. And, you know, it's really about when you think you know somebody, but you really don't. And it's, like I said, the lyrics are interesting. He actually talks about um, the extra rolls on your skin, which was a strange thing at first when I heard it, but it works in the song. It's one of these just like spur of the moment, straight ahead, you know, no nonsense lyrics, just say what you mean sort of songs, and it works. I love it. Number 6, Ain't That Lonely Yet. This was a huge hit for Dwight Yoakam. And you still hear it on the radio as well. This was off of the album This Time, and that album produced so many hit songs. And I love this song. So coming in at number 6, Ain't That Lonely Yet. Coming in at number 5, one of the classics, Guitars, Cadillacs. This song, it's got a real upbeat country honky-tonk shuffle, rockabilly, just talking about guitars, Cadillacs, hillbilly music. It's what Dwight is all about. I had to put that song in there. Number 4, a song called The Heart That You Own. Love this song. It reminds me of the song The Green Green Grass of Home. And if you know that song, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's just quintessential Dwight. That was off of the album If There Was a Way. Another just heartbreak song, you know, basically realizing that, hey, you know what? Your lover controls your heart, and it's hard sometimes to get over that, especially when they leave you. So it's one of those songs. Track 3. I've actually sung this song before on YouTube. The Streets of Bakersfield. This song was originally done by Buck Owens, and then in the 80s, Dwight and Buck got together and they re-recorded this song. It was a huge hit, and it brought some recognition back to Buck Owens because he had been sort of out of the limelight for a while. So Dwight basically took him under his wing and said, you know what, Buck, you're awesome, and the world needs to know that you're awesome. They recorded a video for it. The video is great. The song is awesome. It's sort of got a polka feel to it, and I love it. I still love listening to it, and it was awesome that Dwight took, you know, a legend in his eyes and basically brought him back into the spotlight again. And that song is awesome. I also love Buck Owens' original version of that, but the Dwight Yoakam version, kick ass. All right, now we're down to the last 2. My top 2 songs of Dwight Yoakam. Number 2, Suspicious Minds. He did an amazing cover of this Elvis classic. I think it was a pretty big hit for him as well. This was another song that sounds like it was written for Dwight. He just does a great job with this cover. Really making it his own. And my number 1 song, this is sort of an obscure song in the Dwight Yoakam catalog. This is a song called Turn It Up, or Turn It On, Turn It Up, Turn Me Loose. And it is my favorite by him. It's got this slow shuffle. Dwight sings it perfectly. It's just about being in a honky-tonk. You just picture a honky-tonk with like a sawdust floor. He's talking about dancing to an old Buck Owens song. And just the way he presents the song, it's just so cool. And you know what? It's country. So if you don't like country music, you probably wouldn't like that song because it's real country music. The arrangement, the way he sings it, the subject matter, it's amazing. It's quintessential Dwight for me. So those are my top 10. So let me go through those again. Number 10, Secondhand Heart. Number 9, This Much I Know. Number 8, This Time. Number 7, The Back of Your Hand. Number 6, Ain't That Lonely Yet. Number 5, Guitars, Cadillacs. Number 4, The Heart That You Own. Number 3, Streets of Bakersfield. Number 2, Suspicious Minds. And number 1, Turn It On, Turn It Up, Turn Me Loose. So hopefully you guys, will give Dwight Yoakam a little love. Like I said, I don't really hear too much about him in the VC. I hear definitely talk of country music and traditional country music. So, you know, I think Dwight Yoakam needs to be kind of brought up in that conversation. In the future, like I said, I want to do some videos. I might do a video on that trilogy of albums, that from this time to If There Was a Way. I'm sorry, If There Was a Way, This Time, and Gone. I mean, that for me was such a creative period for Dwight Yoakam. So that might be in the works too. But let me know what you guys think of this video. And you know what? Enjoy the rest of your day. It looks like the sun's out today. Drink some coffee and listen to some music. All right. Talk to you later.